Welcome to Tracking the Week. On Monday, the Nigerian Labour Congress gave state government an ultimatum of December 1st, 2024 to implement the new minimum wage. It also accused few marketers of inflating petrol prices, claiming the pump price is significantly higher than the actual market value. The NLC contended that Nigerians were being exploited, with citizens enduring heightened suffering and hunger due to government policies which keep pushing many into destitution. In a communique released on Sunday following its National Executive Council meeting, the NLC highlighted the severe economic hardship across the country and called for an urgent review of policies it described as anti-people. The NLC further directed state councils where the new minimum wage is not yet implemented to commence an indefinite strike starting December 1st, 2024 in protest against the unaddressed labor issues. In July 2024, President Bola Tinubu approved an increase in the minimum wage for Nigerian workers from 30,000 naira to 70,000 naira. However, the implementation across states have been gradual, with some still yet to adopt the new minimum wage. Also on Monday, the Supreme Court held a valedictory court session in honor of the former Justice of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, late Justice Emmanuel Olayinka Ayola, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kudirat Kekereekun, and other speakers at the session described death as a mandatory call of nature that will be answered by all mortals at the appointed time. The special court session was held in honor of the late Justice of the Supreme Court who died in his sleep on 20th August 2024 at the age of 90 years. The sitting was attended by notable Nigerians, including Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Kudirat Kekereekun, Attorney General and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi-San, and body of Senior Advocates of Nigeria and the Nigerian Bar Association, as well as family members of the Ayola. They therefore called on all Nigerians to play their respective roles with fear of God and be prepared to give account of their deeds in the end. On Tuesday, President Bola Tinubu declared a new chapter in Edo State's history with the triumph of democratic values as Senator Monday Okpebholo and Right Honorable Dennis Idahosa were sworn in as governor and deputy governor respectively. The president assured Nigerians that the nation's most challenging economic period is now behind them. In a rousing address at the inauguration ceremony of the new governor and his deputy, President Tinubu, who was represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, celebrated what he termed democracy in its truest form, stressing the significance of the popular will in shaping Nigeria's political landscape. Earlier in his inauguration speech, Governor Okpebholo thanked the people of the state for their overwhelming show of trust and pledged never to betray it. Also on Tuesday, the coalition of Northern Group CNG called for concerted effort among all stakeholders to tackle the emergence of terrorist group called Lukarawa around the Sokoto-Kebbi axis. The coalition particularly charged local, state and federal authorities on one hand and communities, religious and traditional leaders on the other hand to join hands together to confront this new common threat. CNG, in a statement issued and signed by its national coordinator, Comrade Jamilu Aliu Sharanchi, at the end of his meeting in Abuja, said the development poses yet another threat to the safety and security of residents and has the potential of further destabilizing an already vulnerable region if left unchecked. The group reviewed that reports indicated that the Lukarawa group has begun establishing itself with intentions that appear to mirror the tactics of other violent organizations that have, over time, spread terror across the region. It added that the group has already begun creating an atmosphere of fear, disrupting local communities and killing people and any livelihoods of the residents. On Wednesday, the federal government disclosed that it received over $30 billion from foreign direct investors since the inception of the renewed Hope administration. President Bola Tinubu made the disclosure while declaring open the 2024 Comptroller General's Conference. Speaking on the theme of the conference, Nigeria Customs Service, engaging traditional and new partners with purpose, President Bola Tinubu said his administration implemented strategic policy adjustments to strengthen the country's economy that are crucial towards building a more transparent and sustainable economic framework. Tinubu, who was represented by the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, said his achievements demonstrates that the policies initiated by his government are yielding positive results, making Nigeria increasingly attractive for domestic and international investors. In his remark, the Controller General, Nigeria Customs Service, Adewale Adeniyi, disclosed that the Nigerian Customs Service has collected 5.7 trillion naira in revenue as of Tuesday, 12 November 2024. Still on Wednesday, the Federal High Court announced its 2024 Christmas vacation and roster for vacation judges. According to a circular signed by the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court of Nigeria, Honorable Justice John Tehemba Soho, OFR KSS FCR the court will commence its Christmas vacation for the year 2024 from Monday 16 December 2024 to Monday 6 January 2025. This is pursuant to the provisions of Order 46 Rule 4 subsection C of the Federal High Court Civil Procedure Rules 2019 as amended. The court resumed sitting on Tuesday, on 7th of January 2024 in our judicial division. During the vacation period, the core judicial divisions, Abuja, Lagos and Port Harcourt Judicial Division, will, as usual, remain functional and open to the litigating public throughout the vacation. According to the statement, all the matters relating to the enforcement of fundamental rights, arrest or release of vessels and matters that concern dire national interests shall be entertained by the vacation judges. On Thursday, the Federal Executive Council approved the proposed 2025-27 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper. The document, which will be promptly sent to the National Assembly for considerations and approval, was projecting for the budget size of 47.9 trillion naira in 2025. Minister of Budget and Economic Planning Atiku Bagudu hinted this while briefing State House correspondent on the resolutions reached at the meeting of the Federal Executive Council, which was presided over by President Bola Tinubu. Bagudu said the side proposing other conservative variables and fiscal objectives for 2025. The document also includes the need to amend the Petroleum Industry Act in order to align with the current realities. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister for the Economy also briefed that the Council approved the proposal to complete the external borrowing program to the tune of $2.2 billion through international capital market. Still on Thursday, the Independent National Electoral Commission distributed sensitive materials to all 18 local government councils in the state ahead of Saturday's governorship election. The exercise was done in open glare with representatives of security agencies, agents of political parties, members of civil society groups in attendance. The sensitive materials are derived in Akure, the state capital, on Monday and kept safely at Akure branch of the CBN. In line with schedule for the election, the Independent Electoral Commission distributed the materials to all 18 local government councils in the state. Security has been beefed up within and outside the premises of the bank, while provision has equally been made for the safe custody of the materials. The Resident Electoral Commission in the state, Oluwatoyin Babalola, with the support of other top officials, had earlier addressed party agents and observers on the significance of the exercise towards a credible, fair and free election in the state. On Friday, President Bola Tinubu bestowed a posthumous Commander of the Federal Republic CFR National Award on the former Chief of Army Staff, late Lieutenant General Taoreed Abiodun Lagbaja. President Tinubu made the announcement at the final interment of the late COAS at the National Military Cemetery in Abuja. He described the late Army General as a trusted advisor whose formidable intellect and breadth of knowledge served the nation well. Senior government officials, top military brass and members of the diplomatic corps all converged at the military cemetery to pay their last respect to the former #1 Army officer in Nigeria. From the arrival of the dignitaries to the interment proper, it was a solemn occasion that caught the emotions of everyone present. General Lagbaja, a perfect gentleman, was being missed by those who had encountered him during his successful stint at the various military formations. Expectedly, it was an occasion of a commune as dignitaries described the impact of the former general to help to combat insurgency, banditry and wanton kidnapping, bedeviling the country. Lastly, on Friday, Inspector General of Police Olukayode Egbetokun approved the establishment of Electoral Offences Desk to be coordinated by Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of CID in Ondo State. It will also be supported by top senior officers from the Force Criminal Investigation Department in Abuja to investigate in possible prosecution of cases as contained in the Electoral Act 2023 as amended. Correspondent Kalojo reported that the Force Public Relations Officer, ACP Muyiwa Adejobi, made the disclosure at the headquarters of Ondo State Police Commander Akure while speaking with journalists on the level of preparation for the poll. Egbetokun urged residents of Ondo State to give full cooperation and support in making the electoral process free, fair and credible, while calling on them to contact the DIG in charge of election in case of any abnormalities. And that's it on Track in the Week.